do you want to host it by yourself? Because this is just getting easier and easier.
You and me, Glenn, we can just piss off and have a pint and just talk bullshit.
Yeah.
The worst episode ever. Hello, this is just me and myself. Welcome to episode 87 of the No.1 Crude Mistakes podcast with Haavard from Behind the Mistakes, Glenn from No.1 Projects, and me, K.J. from Crude but Efficient. Maker Central special-ish, almost. I mean,
isn't it the one after Maker Central, which is the special?
I mean, this one comes out at Maker Central, so this is
okay.
In one way, it is a Maker Central special, but we don't know what happens on Maker Central because that hasn't happened yet.
But
you
that
know
means
what I mean.
that if you're listening to this, you're not at Maker Central, and then, of course, we would have said why, but I won't be there either, so I understand. Yeah, but if it's any consolation, there's no free beer. I mean, the people are nice, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it's nothing you haven't seen before, right? So yeah, just stay at home and feel good about it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be rubbish. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we
it's
won't
going to be rubbish.
Don't.
Yeah. Just quit social media for a week. I mean, there's nothing interesting gonna show up there anyway. So yeah, don't check your feed.
Yeah, it's not. You can't
delete all your friends.
You have to do it for the entire week because I mean, there's such a bad phone reception, that sort of thing at the NEC that you won't get any good updates on the day off. But the days after the start of the next week, that's when the main
Sunday evening it really kicks in, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday evening. Yeah, it starts. That's when it starts. So then when you really have to go to the forest instead and look at leaves and pretend not to see anything. But it's not Maker Central yet, as we record this, and it hasn't been for the last week. So let's talk about something else instead. So Haavard, what have you been up to?
I have had to be McStricterson. I was promised my car. They just had to do some minor work, and that sounds a bit weird, but okay. And then I didn't hear from them, and then I tried calling them, and no, did not get a hold of them, and tried the function where you make them call you back. Never happened. So on Monday morning, I had to just show up there in the morning when they opened up and ask them what the fuck is going on. And of course, the guy in the reception said, we need to do some more diagnosing. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to need more details than that because you've had my car for a month and all the parts have been delivered. So what are you diagnosing? And then they had to go into the back and talk to some adults. And then a guy probably who pulled the shortest stick had to go out and try and explain to a semi-angry ginger. And no, they discovered an oil leak while they were doing the test drive, and then I asked, of course, is that the original oil leak that you were gonna fix, or was this a new one or a completely different one? And yeah, that's what we need to find out. And I'm like, yes, and all the other parts that you ordered, waiting for that last part, why didn't you do that when you got them so you could identify this, and then you can spend all that time up until the last part came to sort out that leak? Yeah, we had people on sick leave and whatnot, and I mean, fair enough, but how about communicating that to your customers? Yeah, that was a valid point. And then like, God damn it. So I just had to leave, of course. Then just really emphasizing that keep me fucking posted. I did not say that, of course. I'm a man of diplomacy. And then they called me today because they now have done some diagnosing, and yep, the vacuum pump is broke, which is bad news. The good news is I don't have to pay for it, which means that they broke it. And of course, that's okay. I don't have to pay for it. But the bad thing is that that part has a 2-week delivery time. So my car is just sitting there. So yeah, now it's like comically stupid. So just laughing at it. But yeah, I need to borrow a car this week just to haul my trailer around to get some materials for the decking, because now I'm going to rage build that deck. So that is the status. It doesn't help that there is a lot going on at work with a deadline on Thursday. So I'm basically in a cloud of not knowing my own name and back and forth of myself. But to mitigate that, of course, I've been in the workshop. So I have been doing building, but marginally. But I've done more filming than I've done building, because I'm planning to do the heating cable table as we talked in the last episode. So I 3D printed a bracket for the switch and did some wiring work to actually give it a fuse and a switch, and ground it properly so I don't electrocute myself while trying to be funny on the internet. So that's the status. So I've filmed everything up till the part where I'm going to fry an egg on my table. I've done a one take voiceover that's going to be for the Patreon people. And I can say in advance, I swear I was not drunk while I did the voiceover, but yeah, it's hard arguing for that after you'll listen to it. So, but yeah.
I can't help but feel that part electrocution would make the video better.
I mean, it would if you look at ElectroBOOM. I mean, electrifying yourself seems to be popular amongst the people. But then again, I'm not a professional at getting electrocuted, so it might be a one-time event for me, and then yeah, it might be a spike in the numbers, but afterwards it's going to be a flat line, literally, figuratively.
Maybe
it's seldom that it looks that good if it's a real. I mean, just him sitting real still and then falling into a pile. I mean, it's
yeah.
You have some pyrotechnics as well, so.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I mean, electrocution looks a lot funnier in the cartoons where you see the X-ray vision of your skeleton and you're shaking around and you make that Home Alone sound like. It's not like that, unfortunately.
No, I mean, it's like in movies, they never have any kind of fault protection whatsoever on their electronics because their wires just throwing sparks and everything. I mean, in Norway, don't you have earth fault protection on like every outgoing circuit?
Yeah, now that you need to have that, you might have an old house that doesn't have that.
Okay, yeah, it's maybe maybe a new standard, but still, I mean, I think it's hard to electrocute yourself in Norway, actually.
Yeah, it needs almost to be intentional, unless you're working on a high voltage on a ship or something like that. Then, of course, if you open up a live cabinet, you might electrocute yourself even before the breaker switches off. So,
yeah. Imagine getting the electrician in to come and make it look like you. So to get the electrician in so you can electrocute yourself as opposed to doing a sensible job. Having that conversation with him would be hilarious. But you want to do what now?
I could that would have been fun. I mean, I have the high voltage spark generators. I can hook that up to some wire, and then out of a socket or something, so I can get really good like a spark going, and then I can just film that with my phone and send it to my electrician and like, should it be like this? Without any context, like, see what he answers. Is this normal? Yeah.
Get any work done recently?
Yeah. Can I just tape the circuit breaker? Will that stop it from tripping or?
Maybe when you get your car back, you could rig something up with the spark generator and see if you can get some more money off it.
Yeah, maybe. I got sent. I ranted about the garage thing yesterday, and I got a just a small video clip of my own video with the flamethrower on the windshield. And yeah, and you wonder why your car has been at the workshop for a month, and you do this to it. Yeah, so that is a fair point, I guess. I'm kind of getting sentimental value now for that car, so yeah. But I did actually plan, once I've got it back, I've spent more money on it than, I mean, there is no resale value in it left, and of course all the guarantees are off the table because it's too old for that. And then of course it's just for me to keep it and use it, but since all the guarantees are out, then what modifications can I do to it to make it a better car for my needs? Of course, I'm not a car guy, so it's not going to be like putting a large engine in it or do any major modification like that and throwing a lot of money at the drivetrain. But I was thinking, should I do a short with just like a snap of the windshield wiper flamethrower and just like trying to make some engagement, like, all right, there is no resale value in this car, so I might as well modify it. And I do own a 3D printer, so what should I have? A cup holder in the engine bay for when I'm working on it, tent pole attachment, whatnot. Just hand me ideas and we'll see if we make a video out of it.
Cock and ball hood ornament.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's, yeah, I mean, you get the hitch balls on the American trucks, so that's been done, but yeah. Just a big cock and balls on the hood.
The flying lady, just a cock and balls on the front.
I think it would be illegal to have a solid thing on the front, because
it needs to be rubber.
Yeah, so it needs to be something floppy. Then you can see what speed you're driving as well, how fast it's flopping.
Yeah, try to explain that to the wife coming down when the 3D printer is running. It's for a project. It's for a project.
And your kids.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I still have to drive them to school and kindergarten, so yeah, might not avoid getting flagged by the authorities.
Yeah, maybe.
So how about you guys? Any making this week? Any Maker Central making, maybe?
Pre-Maker Central making. Yeah, I've been trying to work hard on the Maker Swap, but I mean, since last week's recording, I went away to Gothenburg to electric trade show, which was great. But I mean, I guess I'm not planning stuff according to my age before, because I thought, yeah, I can just go over the day. I just take the 6 o'clock train down there, be there by 9:30.
Okay.
And then visit the
that
show.
Fast?
Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours by train to Gothenburg. So it's not that bad. But it was a bit late, so it was closer to 4 hours. But that meant that I had to go be out of bed at 4:30 in the morning, and then I took the 6 o'clock train home again. So I was home at 11, and on my feet the entire day, like 20,000 steps or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was a bit tired when I got home. So ever since that, I've been feeling kind of ill-ish.
Oh, great.
More or less, when the workday is over, I sit down on the sofa and then I get like a fever and aches in my body.
I mean, look at Glenn's face now. Like, oh no, 20,000 steps on a day. You've been on your feet all day. Eh? You've been tired in a bit. Like, you can actually read it in his eyes. Like, yeah.
It wasn't the 20,000 steps. It was more that like total of 9 hours on trains. I think that was what did it, and not enough sleep, definitely.
Yeah, the look on my face is not the he's not done enough steps to feel like this. It's I hope he's not bringing an illness to my house.
No. I'm pretty sure that this is something my body is just screaming at me to take it easy and slow down and get some rest. I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to pick you up on Thursday with some COVID tests.
No, but because I feel fine during the day. It's just that when I stop working and relaxes, then it kicks in. Like, so I'm not going to relax until the end of Maker Central. That's my plan.
The dreaded night COVID. That's the worst.
So how's your Maker Swap thing coming on, KJ?
Yeah, I'm a bit behind, sadly. And it's
what you're saying, you're making a butt plug. Okay, no, sorry, we are not in the half pint yet. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, no, I'm doing an embroidery, and I'm just it's my own fault. It's my own design, and it's far too many stitches, apparently. But yeah, I might be finished in time to have it actually ready tomorrow, or I will just have to work on it on my way over to England and glue it up and that sort of thing at Glenn's place. It should be done by that at least. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really got to be done by the time we leave here to go to Makers on Friday, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, Andy's gonna have the Maker Swap open for both days, I think.
Yeah.
So I could finish it on Saturday, have it done for Sunday, but I hope not.
But I mean, it is Maker Central, though, so it's not. I mean, you can just not finish it and call it an embroidery kit. I mean, it is. I mean, people at that venue might actually fancy that. So yeah.
It's a really bad kit having it be done like 85%.
You've got to give people the general idea of what it's all about, haven't you?
Yeah. It's like those number drawings, isn't it? You need guidance.
Yeah, maybe so. But other than that, I haven't done any making. No, I haven't even cleaned my workshop properly since the last project. Because time is not something I have abundance of at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to next week, actually, to have all of this behind me.
Nice.
So what about you, Glenn?
I've had a really nice, steady week. Pottering about, finishing the last bits off in the garden. Michelle may have helped. She's gets a little bit touchy if I don't mention that she probably helped. She probably did. I don't know. So finished. The garden is finished by my and Michelle's hands, and I had to tidy up the workshop ready for you coming, KJ. So the workshop's all nice and tidy. And when I was halfway through that, Michelle said, "He's probably going to want to see the office." I said, "Oh shit! Right, so clean the office. That's all ready for inspection." And then I got 2 hours spare on Sunday and decided to pick up the It Doesn't Get More Scrap Wood Than This project again.
And how was that?
Really good. It's finished.
Was it dry?
Mostly. I thought it was dry.
The outside was dry, and then you started digging.
Yes. Easiest hollowing out of a vessel I've ever done. But it's really nice and solid. What's left
it
of
held
it.
Together?
50-50, yes. Yeah, I've had 50% success and 50% failure. But I've definitely had enough success to make a video for it. So
that's the important part.
Yeah. So I didn't think I was going to get the video out this week, but you've just said you want to do the edit for the podcast tomorrow. So who knows? I might have a video out for the weekend, which would be nice.
It's always nice to have a video out.
Yeah. And I've got another maker doing a cameo in it.
Ooh.
Fancy having friends.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I've got other friends. Well, It's
Have
Tim.
any hints?
It's an acquaintance.
Oh, it's not a friend, it's a Tim.
Yeah, it's a Tim. Well, if you're doing something scrapwood based and you need a scrapwood expert with a PhD in scrapwood, you need a Tim, don't you? So
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
yeah. So I've got a little video clip of Tim to insert into the video. To string it out and make it a little bit longer. And like I say, hopefully it'll be out for the weekend. It's a very talky one for me.
Well, if you have Tim on, it's going to be talky.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been really surprising actually. I didn't think, like, when coming up to the weekend, I didn't think I would get the garden finished. I didn't think I would get the workshop tidy. I didn't think I'd get the office tidy. Even had to clean the van because I was picking you up in the van, and I didn't want you to catch a disease from that because it was so filthy. And certainly didn't imagine I'd get a video out. So yeah, the week has gone well for me. It's all good. And now that all the pressure's off, I'm actually started looking forward to Maker Central. Because I'll be honest with you, when I was hyper focused on the garden, I was too caught up in all of that to be excited about anything else. So yeah, actually really looking forward to Maker Central now. So it's all nice.
Loading up your social batteries and ready to meet people.
Exactly. And that'll do for another year after that.
Yeah, you just need a yearly event for that, actually.
Yeah. I used to do one of the gardens I used to work at used to open every year. And that was a really, really chatty Sunday on the open garden. And that used to wear me out for weeks.
Mm.
I'm really sorry, I'm just looking at the camera. I've just been distracted by looking at the camera and Haavard's disappeared.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, we'll carry on. Where was I? Oh yeah, social batteries. Yeah, they're all ready and charged and ready for Maker Central. So really excited for it. So you're all packed and ready?
Not packed. I have a mental list of stuff to bring, and I have I have almost done everything on my list of stuff I need to have done beforehand, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Getting stickers in order and that sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna be ready tomorrow, not having too much of a problem. But
have you checked your passport still in date and
it was last
no
time
changes to your flight?
No changes. I checked that and it seems fine. Not like last year when I was supposed to arrive after the next flight takes off. No. It seems all good. So hopefully it is.
Fantastic. You threw me a little bit there. I didn't see you leave. I just looked up at the screen and you were gone. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah. I heard some noises and the last week the 4-year-old, like, she's awake for like 4 hours over her bedtime. I mean, we put her to bed at her normal time and we do the reading and whatnot, and then she just keeps rummaging about until like 10:30 in the evening. And of course her mood is accordingly in the morning when you try to wake her up. We did at some point tell the kindergarten that she can't sleep during the daytime rest period, and I think they might have forgotten that because we have been asking her, and she said today that she has been sleeping, and that means that if she sleeps for 10 minutes in the day, we're going to struggle with her for 4 hours after bedtime. So we need to talk to the kindergarten again and see if we can, because we're in a bad spiral, of course. If she doesn't sleep at night, then she's even more tired in kindergarten, so then she really wants to sleep then, and then we are fucked again. So we have to unfuck this circle of sleep deprivation.
Yeah, that's a bad point to be. At the moment it's really good because both the kids usually wakes up before we do, and they just run downstairs and start playing video games, watching YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So they take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
I've got a teenager in the house. I mean, given the choice, she wouldn't be up till 10 o'clock at least in the morning, and she doesn't like to go to bed at night. But, I mean, she's over the last 2 years. I mean, she's nearly 15, but only over the last 2 years has she started admitted to being tired now. There's always a thing when she was little, and you say, "Are you tired?" She'd, "No, I'm not tired. I'm not tired," and she'd be falling asleep in the car.
Yeah, but that's the fun thing. Like, it has happened several times lately. Like the oldest, which is now 7, she like, "I'm tired. Can I go to bed first today?" So I mean, she's really easy to put to sleep these days. But yeah, the youngest is a tornado on speed. So I mean, they seem to have figured out a system of tag teaming each other because they're never in sync. So I mean, they take turns, but me and my wife, we are constantly sleep deprived. We've been that since 2018 now. So
Yeah.
talking about teenagers sleeping in until 10 o'clock is like, it's feels like a completely different world, different universe.
It's a complete role reversal, though. You'll start waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning then.
Yeah, but it also, like, I remember vaguely being a teenager, and of course in the weekends and holidays we went to the cabin, and I could easily sleep like way past noon.
Wow.
And I didn't stay up all that late necessarily. And of course, it's probably a biological thing that you need that sleep. But I still don't get it, because I did have shit to do and people to see and hang with. So why did I prioritize sleep, really? I mean, I would have worked with less sleep as I do now. I mean, I haven't asked anyone for an external opinion on that, so the jury might be out, but at least I'm alive.
I never went through that phase as a teenager sleeping in. I was always up early then as well. Making up for it now in older age, I think. My wife's so tired all the time now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's easy. It's easy getting up early in the morning when you're napping in your pergola for hours at the end in the early afternoon.
4 hours.
Oh, I got home, nobody here. Instant sleep, yeah.
I messaged you both today when I was leaving work and said, I've got a choice. I can either go in the office and do some editing or have a nap. I said, but I don't feel that tired, so maybe I'll do some editing. I got home, had a drink, had a nap. Something about that 10-minute car journey really took it out of me on the way home.
I never understood it as a kid when I went visiting my grandparents, because now I kind of get it. They were living in a house with a beautiful view over the lake, or the ocean, I mean. And then, of course, they could just be sitting there by the window looking out onto the ocean and whatnot. And like, that seems so boring. Now, on the other hand, when I get home, I'm home alone. I can sit in my lawn chair and just like stare into the abyss. I was gonna say stare into the horizon, and then I realized, yeah, my grandparents, they had 5 kids, so I totally get it now. Like, anytime they had with any free time, yeah, we're gonna stare out this fucking window. So,
yeah, peace and quiet is a nice thing. But I mean, that's the same thing with everything. You have to not have it to actually like it. When you had all the free time in the world when you were young, you didn't care for it. You couldn't sleep the day away. But now, when you're having strict rules and you need to have shit done, then you really, yeah, it feels better.
And
Just a little change of subject, and this is probably on your list as well, KJ, but Fixit Fingers' new video, latest video. I have not been that entertained by a YouTube video in a long time. It was so brilliant.
It was amazing that he kept it going for the entire video. It's like
Yes.
20 minutes of that voiceover. I mean, I thought he would go on for a couple of minutes, but yeah, no, he stuck to the part.
Well, I think we all know that James can talk.
Yeah,
That's
but
his superpower.
it one of them, yeah. But yeah, it was great fun, I think.
Really, really entertaining one. Yeah, I'd seen it. I think it was released on Friday, wasn't it, or something like that. And I've not got round to watching it. And you messaged us on Sunday and said, "Have you checked out James's video yet?" So I sat and watched it. I've got a few minutes, and just brilliant. Just to say how perfect and brilliant and awesome everything is, while showing all the mistakes you're making at the same time, was just a genius angle on the video, I thought.
Yeah, that's what you can do with a voiceover. Yeah. Have some fun with it. We should have more fun with our videos, I think. No, Horace thinking.
No.
Okay, not that much fun. Reel it in.
What, is it supposed to be enjoyable? No, it's the daily grind.
On another YouTube thing that Laura Kampf is selling her German workshop.
Yeah, that was on my list. Are you going over to Germany in August?
I was actually thinking that, like, should we get a van and just go there? I mean, it's probably going to be a lot of people there, and you're going to end up like, all right, competing against the good stuff at prices you're maybe not willing to pay. But I mean, for the road trip alone, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I mean, it's not like it's right across the border, so it's a drive, it's a road trip. But yeah. So where should we meet up then? In France, and then take a rental car from there. An old banged up Peugeot something.
Yeah,
and then just
we need to meet at the start of France in Calais for me, because the toll roads are a bit of a bugger because of the where right hand drive, all the toll booths you pay on the left. So if you go on your own, you have to get out of your car, pay, and then run back round, get under the barrier before it closes again.
we could do it. We could do like a Top Gear challenge. We can buy a heap of junk and then ride junk to get junk, and then when you get there, you have to get things to repair the car so you can get yourself back again.
That could be the challenge, couldn't it? What can we buy from Laura's to fix the car? She must have the parts here somewhere.
Yeah. Or we could go there and, like, whatever you get your hands on, you have to build to get yourself back home. I saw a motorcycle and a wheelbarrow. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's two of us sorted.
I think if I was to go to that sale, I think the thing I would most want would be the Let Glue Dry weight.
I don't think she's selling that.
Yeah.
That's got to be the most iconic thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
would maybe go for the light switch or something, and she has made some cool signs as well. And of course, I'm a sucker for aluminium boxes as well, but they are, I mean, yeah, you need a van just to bring back a few of them. So
yeah, it's a good thing that I'm not into that. Just those aluminium boxes is not my fancy. It feels good not to have. I'm not craving her stuff, but I really understand her philosophy in hoarding junk because you might need it. I see potential in stuff.
Yeah, I like those aluminium boxes. I don't think I'd want them. They wouldn't fit anywhere here. Also, her work tables were great, weren't they? I always like the look of those.
Yeah, I like the
one
one
that
that
parts
she
of
built.
stage or something.
Yeah, the stage module, which is adjustable, and that is brilliant. And of course, if you're going to buy them as what they are expensive. So yeah, one of those would have been nice.
When was it? She's gonna have the sale? Was it August?
Yeah,
sometime in August. Yeah.
I'll probably be in France at some point in August anyway. So
Yeah, you're gonna be there with your family, and then just like, yeah, I'm just
See ya.
gonna pop off for an afternoon. See you in 2 days, and then you take the. I'm not sure if it's called a Eurostar when it's going to the country to Germany. I don't know.
Michelle would never forgive me if I went to Laura's workshop without her.
Yeah,
That's
you
been
bring the
our
family thing, yeah.
yeah. That's been our staple Sunday night viewing. That's one of the few things we watch together is Laura Kampf's videos.
Yeah, same. Laura Kampf and Simone Giertz. Those are our family watching.
I like the Simone ones as well, but Michelle's not quite got there with her yet.
She'll come around.
Yeah, well, that covered the two things that were on my list, KJ.
Well, I have been watching kind of a lot of YouTube lately. But the only thing other that stuck out was Emily the Engineer's Doomslayer suit. I mean, she's a 3D printer person, and she's 3D printed a full suit from the new Doom game because Bethesda, who made the game, reached out to her. And said, hey, do you want to print the main dude armor? Here are all the original files. And I mean, she's been printing Iron Man suits and that sort of thing from hobby people trying to figure out the dimensions and all the 3D models and that sort of thing, but getting it directly from the people who made it.
Brilliant.
It's a pretty big deal, I guess. And it came out looking really cool as well.
If a company approached you with a project like that, would you take it on? Do this project for us, we'll give you some money.
I mean, you couldn't really turn it down because, I mean, it would be too cool, but damn, I don't think my nerves could take it. It wouldn't be healthy for me if I were in that situation.
What about you, Haavard? Would you take something like that on?
Yeah, of course. So we talked about this before. I do anything for money, at least once. But yeah, I mean, if it's a project I'm interested in, yeah, of course. And if that was an excuse to get some new tools as well, yeah, I'm on board. I'm not sure if I've seen if I enjoy her videos, and of course similar videos with where they build like costumes and suits and so on. I don't think that's too interesting to watch actually. So for my own sake, I don't think I would like doing a project like that. Now I'm lying when I'm thinking about it because I saw what's the way what was it is it I think it's Danish, I'm not sure. Jen's inventions or something like that. He makes like crazy contraptions, and now he's made a YouTube video where he does a live reenactment of the Wallace and Gromit intro, where the alarm clock goes off, and he asks the dog for breakfast, and the bed raises up, and he just drops into his pants, and the jam gets flung across the room and hitting the piece of toast as it's pop up in the air. So we actually did that sequence by sequence.
Yeah, Joseph's Machines.
Yeah, Joseph's Machines. Yeah,
I think it is.
And in the outro of that, he filmed himself in like the pants from one of the Wallace and Gromit episode, like the evil mechanical pants.
The wrong trousers.
And like instantly, I want to make those. I can pull that off. And of course, some of that I think is going to be easy. And then the legs, which is like rubber bellows, something, you don't get them in the correct size. So you have to make that. So that would be a challenge. So I'm thinking that might be my Halloween costume this year because I don't have to do anything other than the pants, but those would be cool. And I think all the switch panels and all the rivets, and those are some small parts I can just make on the 3D printer, just for accuracy. And then, of course, the rest I think I could mold out of, different bits and bobs I have in the workshop. So that might be a cool project.
And then dressing up your youngest daughter as a penguin disguised as a chicken.
Yes, now we're talking. Yeah, one is a dog and the other is a penguin. And yeah, the sleep deprived 4-year-old, that's the penguin. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So yeah, maybe that's gonna be a Halloween challenge. Maybe for myself. I don't. Glenn is not very much a long person anymore, so
Not a team player anymore.
no.
Was it the lamp along that took the team player spirit out of you?
I don't know.
Was it before
actually.
that?
I don't know, because if I remember rightly, I was the only one that enjoyed the lamp along.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the weird. You enjoyed it, and then like suddenly cold turkey. Nope, not doing that anymore.
Maybe it's just because I don't want to hear about you're too bitching about the the alongs anymore.
But then again, why are we even doing this podcast? I mean, isn't that the premise? I mean, I come here to vent once a week. That's my goal. So yeah.
Should we change the title to Bitchin' Makers?
Yeah.
Well, that can be read a lot of ways. So
yeah,
it is a rather good title for a podcast, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Copyright.
if anyone wants the name, call us. We can agree on a price. Yeah. Or a
We're
licensing agreement. Yeah, a pint a episode. That seems fair.
For us to share or each?
take it in turns.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to.
You can have the pint when it's your ready week. So do I get to edit next week then? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Yep.
That would be a good plan.
That puts you back a week as well then, over. It's nice, isn't it?
No, because then it's K.J. again. I mean, we have to go back to the original schedule, so this is just going to be an extra step. So yeah.
Oh yeah, doesn't affect you, does it?
No, it's just a switcheroo.
Yeah. Fair enough. I can cope with that.
Yeah, that's a good thing with just being 3. That stuff doesn't affect it that much.
Yeah.
No, and I quite enjoy the edit. And after this week, it's going to be all hunky dory. Good times. Soon it's holiday. And Halloween and Christmas. Yeah, that time flies. So, yeah.
Do you have to speed run the entire year? Can't we slow down and smell the roses and that sort of thing? Isn't that what summer is for?
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, we could just do a couple of like 10-hour stints, and we can have the year sorted out in a couple of weeks, and then we can just enjoy the podcast ourselves. Because after the first 3 or 4 episodes, will have at least I would have forgotten what we were even talking about. So then it would be like listening to a completely brand new episode.
You'll be able to talk about Skaperfestivalen before it happens.
Well, that would be so fucking awesome. Let's record that episode now. And of course, by the time we would have forgotten, so it would be fun. And then just tune in and see how spot on were we. Like take last year's set list and just I'm assuming they will be back and they will probably do something like that and just
It's going to be interesting to see if they get a podcast on for Skaperfestivalen this year.
Yeah, and if it is anyone we know, so we can turn up and.
Is Justin still going with his podcast?
I think I saw a reel here the other day where he said something about, by the way, I have a podcast with my brother. So, I mean, if he was plugging it, then I'm guessing they're still on.
Yeah. I guess
sounds reasonable.
He'll probably be the favourite for it, I would imagine, then, in that case.
Yeah, no, of course, you mentioned you're not coming. I have now set myself up with a table. I mean, I haven't arranged it with the people who are making it happen, but I've been incentivized or roped into, depending on how you like to phrase it. So yeah, I'm going to be there, and then that means that I need to get a few things up and running again, so I actually have something to show for that's also functioning. It's not just a showpiece. I promise it works, just not now.
They've set the date a lot earlier than they normally do, haven't they? I had an email the other day saying save the date.
Yeah, the email was early, but it's the same weekend, because I think it's the last weekend in October as every year.
But it wasn't confirmed until quite late on last time, was it?
No.
I don't remember.
But I also read something on that email that last year was like an all-time high. So of course, probably I think it's going to be,
of course, we were there.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
yeah, it's going to be quieter this year, I'm afraid.
It's going to be like a crash and burn after. It's going to be Maker Central all over again, isn't it? Yeah. And then the big stars are like no, and then it's no free beer anymore, and then it's just going to fade out into history, right? It's like Woodstock all over again.
Somebody's sounding a little bit bitter about Maker Central, aren't they?
Yeah, no FOMO here, not at all. No. It's a valid point though. All the people bitching about no free bar, and like someone commented, yeah, that one beer really made it for me. Like, yeah, that's me as well. I had one beer because I also had my daughter with me. So yeah, I can't afford paying for one beer myself. So
yeah, but she had 4 beers.
Yeah, or 8 half pints.
Does that sound better?
No, but it's a good segue onto having 1 half pint now, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So let's take it and run with it. So happy Maker Central, everyone. If you're listening to this on your way to Maker Central, please come say hi. If you don't say hi before I do, I'm not going to be responsible for what I do to you. So be proactive. I'm going to be at the Make with Maker stand, and Glenn's going to be somewhere.
Free range,
and Haavard you won't find. So that's about it. Come say hi.
That's about sums it up.
You'll find Haavard crying in a corner in Norway.
Yeah. If you're one of our Norwegian listeners, go find Haavard.
Yeah. Let's have a beer and pretend we're having fun, so we can send to all the people over at Maker Central, like, not free, getting a free beer, eh? Let's look at us
drinking expensive Norwegian beer.
yeah. I see that backfired instantly. Well, no, don't. If you're around, don't find me. I cry best alone. So.
Perfect. Bye.
Bye.